Hi everybody, welcome and thank you so much for joining me for our workshop on 75 ways to save on household expenses. This workshop is being offered by the Credit Counseling Society. My name is Catherine Lopez. I'm a financial education specialist with the organization and I'll be the facilitator today for the workshop. Before we move into the topic, I want to share a little bit about our organization and what it is that we do at the Credit Counseling Society. We have a mission statement where we help, we educate, and we give hope. We help by providing free and confidential credit and debt counseling for Canadians across the country. We also provide education in the form of these webinars, as well as offering workshops for different organizations and employers. So let's move into the topic for today, 75 ways to save on household expenses. What will you learn and take away? The first part on the agenda, we're going to talk about utilities and communication. The second part, we're going to talk about food. The third part, we're going to talk about transportation. And very lastly, we're going to move into entertainment and some other miscellaneous categories. By the end of the session today, I want everyone to be able to walk away with the ability to add to your list of cost-saving strategies. Secondly, is apply different tips to save money. And very lastly, is to identify areas of further cost savings. Let's move into the first part of utilities and communications. Electricity will be the first topic. So the first tip we want to offer you today is turning off your lights. It does seem like a very simple idea, but it is something that can save you money in the long run. Whenever you're not in a room or different parts of the home, make sure you turn off your lights to save some power. The second tip is to unplug unused chargers and electronics. When you leave chargers and electronics plugged into the outlets within your home and they're on standby mode, or any electronics may still be flashing or letting you know they're somewhat on or somewhat charging, all of that is still drawing energy. In order to reduce that cost, you want to make sure you unplug any sort of unused chargers and electronics. It may not always be possible to go around the house and pull out everything in each and every single different outlets. However, if you buy something like a power bar that can turn off multiple devices at the same time, or a smart power bar that can be linked towards your phone and you can turn off different devices and power bars simply by activating the app or the function on your phone. The third tip here with electricity is to use smaller appliances and use LED bulbs. So these LED light bulbs have definitely come and increased in popularity in the market over the last number of years. It used to be pretty expensive to buy an LED bulb. Nowadays, it's pretty much the basic go-to. The next piece we're going to move into is talking about heating. First tip on the heating side is set up an equal payment plan. Now this tip doesn't necessarily save you money, but it can absolutely help with organizing your budget. And when you can organize your budget, you may not save in the area of heating, but it can help you save and organize in different parts of your budget. Set up an equal payment plan can be done through your energy provider or your heating provider. You can chat with them, and what they'll do is take your average use from the previous year, average out the cost of it over a 12-month period, and you're paying a consistent amount over 12 months, regardless of higher usage in the wintertime. The second tip here is to install a programmable thermostat. These can be bought at your local home improvement store, and it may range from something very simple all the way to a smart programmable thermostat, which may be higher on the price point scale. It's up to you which one you would like to buy, but the programmable thermostat can help you control the temperature within your home during certain times of the day as well as certain days of the week. The third tip here is to turn down your heat or air conditioning when you go out. The fourth tip is use window covering strategically and draft-proof your doors and windows. Even if you've draft-proofed them once before in the past, it's a good idea to check on them at least once a year to make sure there's no leaks or breaks within your draft-proof insulation. The very last tip here is to check your water heater temperature. It's recommended that your water heater temperature should be between 60 to 65 degrees Celsius. If you're unsure on your water heater temperature, I would highly recommend reaching out to your respective heating company and discuss with them what would be an ideal temperature for the water heater in your home. The next piece we're going to move into is talking about water. Turn off the water when you're brushing your teeth or shaving. Water your lawn 30 minutes per week. Always abide by your municipal water restrictions during the summertime. Install a low-flow shower head. And use your dishwasher fully loaded. The next set of tips moves into TV and internet, heading into the telecommunications category. First tip here is to cancel your cable and share streaming services. Always keep in mind that by sharing streaming services, you may want to double check with your provider if that's something that you can do. Second tip is to reduce your size, speed, and/or bundling your packages. Call your provider regularly to check on new packages and pricing. All of this falls under the TV and internet category. The next set of tips is talking about communication. Use a mobile or a landline. Reduce your plan to what you use. There are always providers out there who may try to convince you to get onto a plan with better features, more data, but take a look and ask them in return, is this what I will actually use? And is there instead a plan that is more affordable that actually is suitable for what I will use it for? Look into shared or family plans. By bundling communication plans together, you may be able to save and get some discounts through your provider. Use free video chat and Wi-Fi instead of data. The next piece we're moving into is saving on the food category. And the first set of tips I want to share with you is organizing your food. Organizing your food. You want to take an inventory of what's in your pantry, in your fridge, in your freezer. You don't want to allow food to go bad or spoil before you have a chance to use it. This can reduce on food waste. Create a meal plan. AI can help with this. You can put in your food restrictions, dietary restrictions, what is available within your fridge, what is on sale that week, all into AI. Tell them to help you create a meal plan for the next few days or even for the next week. It will pop out some ideas for you and you can modify and adjust as necessary. Creating a meal plan can also help you create a shopping list so that when you go to the store, you don't have to aimlessly buy or grab something off the shelf. Instead, you have a list with you. You can keep on track with how much you are supposed to spend and not grab things you don't necessarily need. In addition to using a shopping list, you can also think about pre-shopping and picking up your groceries. This reduces the time that you're physically in a store so that you won't be tempted to buy things that you don't need. You always want to shop on a full stomach. The next part is talking about food prep. First tip here is make your own smoothies. You can make a big batch in advance, freeze parts of it, and then defrost them when you need to drink them. Second tip is to pack your own snack packs. Instead of buying prepackaged food, you can also pack and create your own snack packs using Ziploc baggies. The third tip here is to avoid pre-cut veggies. Fourth is to batch cook your meals. Make something large in advance and split it up into several meals. Number 5 is to freeze summer harvest foods because typically during certain times of the year, there may be fruits and vegetables that are cheaper to buy than other times of the year. Number 6 is to store your foods properly. You don't want your food to spoil before you get a chance to use it. Next set of tips falls under the category of grocery shopping. Request manufacturer coupons. Shop with cash or debit. This helps reduce the opportunities for you to spend that little bit more. Shopping with cash or debit will help you keep the reins on your spending so that if you go to the store with a $100 bill, you can only walk out of the store with $100 worth of groceries. You can think about going to the dollar store for canned goods and cleaning supplies. And remember to shop price per unit. Different foods come in different sizes and different types of packaging. You want to break things down by volume or by weight so you know you're getting the best value for your money. The next part in the food category is talking about smartphone apps. And there's a variety of different apps out there, including Flip, Reebee, Save.ca, Flash Food, Food Hero, and different customer loyalty apps. One example I want to show you today is the Flip app. The good thing about the Flip app is it also comes in a desktop version. And as you can see from the desktop version, you can look at all the different flyers within your local area. It'll ask for your postal code, and from that point on, you can now see all the flyers for the different stores in your jurisdiction, and you can take a look and click on different flyers and view it in an electronic format. You can expand on certain items so that you can see what you're purchasing. You can add the different items to your shopping list. It puts it onto your shopping list so that you can take this list and print it out if you would like to, take it to the store. If you have the app on your phone, it will get linked in to the account that you have on your phone, so you can take it with you to the store as well. If you don't like going onto the flyer side, you can just create a list from here, and you can put in what you would like onto your list, and it will search out all the different things for you under the oranges category. So I've clicked on oranges. It's now looked up 18 different deals for me. I can click on the deals option here. It brings up all the different flyers in my area that may have deals on oranges. And again, this list goes with me whenever I would like to go to the store. So Flip is a fantastic tool for you to keep on hand as you think about different options to save. There are other apps as well that may help, like rebate apps, Checkout 51, Cattle, Rakuten. All of these are considered rebate apps because you have to make the purchase first, apply for a discount, and then that's where they'll give you the rebate in return. You can combine these different types of apps to maximize your savings. The next part we're going to move into is eating out or in. You want to limit meals to 1 to 2 times per month. This helps with the budget, as well as it keeps things exciting at those times when you do want to eat out. Drink water because it's free. Have a dessert at home, or maybe reverse the eating out and just go out for dessert. Make your own coffee and lunches. Let's move into the next part about transportation. Consider all options: walking, cycling, carpooling. Consider car or ride-sharing services, public transportation, e-bikes, and micro-mobility. Hybrid commuting, where you drive for certain days and then consider taking one of the other options on other days of the week. See whether or not your work has remote or flexible work days where you may not have to drive or go into work to save on some costs. Regardless of what decision you decide to take, this chart here shows a quick comparison of 3 different scenarios where someone could be a daily driver, a hybrid commuter, or mostly transit or have no car. Starting with the first row, daily driver. If this person drives for most days for errands and appointments, the typical cost would include a vehicle payment, insurance costs, fuel, charging, vehicle maintenance, and parking costs. Generally speaking, this is going to be the option where it's going to result in the highest ongoing cost. The second row here talks about a hybrid commuter, where they drive some days and uses a mix of other options on other days. In this case, the typical cost would have reduced fuel and parking compared to a daily driver. There may be transit fares involved, and the occasional car sharing costs, depending on what they choose to do for the other days. The budget impact for the second row for a hybrid commuter would be moderate or a flexible cost. The very last option here is mostly transit or no car. The transportation options in this third row has this person relying on mainly public transit with the occasional car sharing or ride hailing options. The typical costs in this scenario would include transit fares or pay-per-use trips through the ride sharing or car hailing opportunities, which results in minimal vehicle costs. The budget impact for this third scenario would be the lowest ongoing cost. Keep in mind, as we discuss these 3 scenarios, this is not a just choose one and stick with that one type of example. This is a spectrum. You can be a daily driver all the way up to no car, and then can you find a balance in between? There may be periods in a year where you may be more of a daily driver. You want to factor in costs associated with that scenario. In comparison, where there may be times of the year where you don't have to use your vehicle, then you can save and put some money aside as well. So something to consider as you think about all the different options for transportation. If you really do need to purchase a vehicle, here are some things to consider. Firstly is to buy a reliable used car. Second is to make sure you budget for maintenance items. You don't want things to get out of hand because then the cost can't increase to fix your vehicle. Ask about insurance discounts in respect to whichever province you may be coming from. And considering gas versus electric. There is no immediate cost savings buying either vehicle. You have to consider the distance you're going. Is it feasible for you to charge your car? How are you using the vehicle? All of these things need to be put into consideration when considering buying gas versus electric or maybe a hybrid vehicle. Let's move into the next section talking about clothing and well-being. When it comes to clothing, shop secondhand or thrift stores. Choose timeless over fashionable or trendy. Pull old things out of your closet and see whether or not you can reuse and pair them with new things in your closet. Buy quality, not quantity, and repair instead of throwing out. Use reward portals when shopping online. Rakuten is under the rebate apps category where you make that purchase and it will give you a rebate in return. Care for your clothes properly, following washing instructions and drying instructions to extend the life of your clothing. Laundry. Wash clothes less often. Wash clothes with cold water. Use less detergent. Hanging clothes to dry. Use dryer balls or a dry towel to dry your clothes quicker. Personal care. Buy multi-use products. If there are products that you can use for more than one purpose, that could be a way to save money. Finish what you already have. Do it yourself where possible. Consider the cost on how much it would cost for you to make it yourself or make that purchase. And then, of course, time is also a factor. Buy in bulk or use refill options. Minimize professional services. Instead of going every month, can you reduce it to once every 2 months or once every 3 months to help you budget accordingly? Fitness. Cancel gym memberships that you're not using. Buy used equipment instead. You can look up YouTube videos instead of going to a professional gym. Consider resistance bands, chores, or dancing at home. Consider your local parks and recreation fitness center instead of a private gym. Ask gyms about discounts and see whether or not your work may offer a discount as well. And consider group and family rates. The last piece we're moving into is lifestyle and celebrations. Entertainment. Think about creating an at-home spa instead of going out. Change up your routine. Start putting in different activities in your schedule to keep things exciting. Go to the movies on cheap nights. And libraries are way more than books. They have e-readers, movies, TV shows, video games, all these different things that you could potentially borrow from instead of buying. Check out deal websites like Groupon and Living Social to take advantage of date nights. Look up free community events. Home decorations. Create your own decorations at home. Shop secondhand instead of buying new. Shop off-season. Keep an eye out for discounts that happen after certain holidays. Opt for flat pack furniture and consider full plans. Travel. Monitor seat sales. You can sign up for different mailing lists to see whether or not you may be able to take advantage of coupons or discount codes throughout the course of the year. If you have flexible travel dates, you can also take advantage of those too. Inquire on insurance, medical insurance, trip cancellation, baggage coverage, car insurance. Think about getting different quotes from various companies and compare the costs. Use your points and sign up for loyalty programs. Do your research and find your favorite sites. Children's parties. Consider birthday parties at home or the park. Find free days at the zoos and museums. Hose and sprinkler to entertain the kids. And sign up for the birthday rewards. Very lastly is gifts and special occasions. Opt for a gift exchange Instead of buying a gift for every single person, you can exchange gifts within a work or family unit. Create digital gifts. Give the gift of time or skills. Bundle smaller items. Repurpose and upcycle. Plan experiences instead of buying stuff. And cash in on your loyalty points. So those are the different 75 ways to save on household expenses. Regardless of what direction or different tips you want to take today, start with 3. Pick 3 different tips that you can apply to your day-to-day life and that you can incorporate within your budget to try and save money. Some final tips I want to leave you with. Don't let convenience costs eat away at your savings. Look for free or low-cost entertainment in your town and create a weekly meal plan and stick to it. If you want more tools and resources, please visit us on our website, mymoneycoach.ca. So I'm hoping now you're able to add to your list of cost-saving strategies, apply different tips to save money, and identify areas of further cost savings. This is our contact information. If you want to book a free and financial consultation with a credit counselor, please give us a call at 1-855-232-2888. If you want to reach our education department and contact a community engagement and education specialist, you can email us at education@nomoredebts.org. If you want to find out more about our organization, please visit us at www.nomoredebts.org. Thank you so much for joining me today on our 75 ways to save on household expenses. We hope to see you again soon.